Alright, hopefully there's no echo. I'm going to check on my phone real quick. I know that was a problem. Alright. Nope, I think we're still echoing. So, slowly gonna use the mic. Okay. I wonder. Is it working? Damn it. Alright, I have no clue why it's echoing. There's clearly an echo going on somehow. I have no clue. Anyway, I guess this is how it's gonna be if this is the echo. So, let me just put these away. I was trying to fix it. Welcome to the start of our show. Unfortunately, of course, my cousin cannot be joining us because of work again. So, today, I'm here to tell you about the Bleacher Report. So, WWE Raw on Netflix, the second episode, January 13th, on the heels of an enormously successful debut on Netflix last Monday night. WWE returned to the streaming giant for the January 13th episode of Raw, headlined by coronation of the first ever women's intercontinental champion. Dakota Kai squares off with Lyra Valkyria in a tournament finals to decide the first champion in the night's marquee match, while Damian Priest and Finn Balor, former teammates, now bitter rivals, sought to settle their differences in a street fight. So, let's find out what happened. CM Punk kicked off Monday Night Raw on the heels of a main event victory over Seth fucking Rollins in one of the most anticipated matches in recent memory last Monday night. CM Punk kicked off the second episode of Raw on Netflix live in San Jose, California. You see, the straight-edge superstar wasted little time getting down to business. He, CM Punk, is joining John Cena in throwing his name in the hat for the Royal Rumble. But of course, Seth Rollins had to interrupt. It couldn't be Rhea Ripley, ladies and gentlemen. CM Punk wished it was Rhea Ripley. Seth Rollins interrupted and revealed that he was entering the Royal Rumble, too, and would end his foe's WrestleMania dreams by throwing him over the top rope. But then, wouldn't you know it, Drew fucking McIntyre interrupted next and took exception to both Punk and Rollins calling them self-serving minor images of each other. He called the Visionary a fake leader, but Punk cut him off and challenged both men to throw fists, only for McIntyre to announce his entry into the Royal Rumble. So, we've gotten, 15 minutes into the show, or 10 minutes into the show, and all we're doing is declaring ourselves for the Royal Rumble. Hell, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm declaring myself for the Royal Rumble. I'm going to win it. I'm going to come in number one. I'm going to win the whole damn thing. All right? Now mark my words. Don't actually mark my words unless I need you to. This was a star-studded start. What the fuck? This was a star-studded start to the show that shined a light on the Royal Rumble with the introduction of 3 former world champions, but also hinted at a larger story at play. The return to power of Roman Reigns, as hinted at by, of course, Drew McIntyre. It will be interesting to see if this story, like so many others in this Paul Levesque era, ultimately collide with the larger bloodline story because of as it stands, it appears to be the endgame for at least McIntyre. Graded an A, and what I gotta say about this is pretty interesting. That we got when Punk came out, I was hoping for McIntyre to show up first before Rollins. But I'm glad they did it the way they did it. Rollins coming out, talking that smack, and then McIntyre. And then, I don't know, fucking having all of them in there. And I can already see the Royal Rumble. I can already picture it in my head. That Seth and Punk will throw McIntyre over the top rope in the Royal Rumble. Like, they'll both eliminate him, so they can come down to that. Because that's McIntyre's all about the bloodline. So it really doesn't matter, right? Who gives a fuck? You know? McIntyre's got bloodline issues. So is Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. But Seth Rollins is more focused on the bigger picture of Punk and him being the disease in the company. So, congratulations to whoever wins the Royal Rumble. I still think it's going to be John Cena. But, again, when I get to my predictions, I'll break down the Royal Rumble. It's kind of one of the hardest, and yes, I'll tell you right now, as we're on the second episode, it is one of the hardest PLEs to fucking predict. Because you have to consider the media, you have to consider everybody involved, you have to consider fucking what's at play, you have to consider the factors and everything, and using the keys. The only 2 keys that can really make the Royal Rumble predictable is the media and the fucking logical sense behind it. That's it. Because the media, whoever the fans are really going behind, is who everybody's going to want. And by golly, don't you think John Cena's going to win the fucking Royal Rumble and defeat Gunther or Cody or whoever the fuck he chooses? Like, the fans already want Cena to win or beat Ric Flair's record. You know? So it's right there, right in front of them. Just fucking pull the trigger. But yeah, this was a good opening. It just, the whole point of it, I have no clue. The whole point of it really got lost after they started declaring themselves the Royal Rumble. Also, CM Punk, John Cena, I see you. And I always have, my friend, so he kind of like a shout out to Cena. But moving on, of course, fake Kurt Angle, you suck. You suck. You suck. Yeah. Gable's open challenge against a luchador. the debut of Penta. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. You heard it here. Penta accepted the challenge. The world knew about the best kept secret, or the worst, because everybody fucking knew. We can't keep secrets nowadays. The world now knew that fucking Penta was going to be here. Eventually, I figured Penta might show up somewhere, but again, dubbed the worst kept secret by Michael Cole. See, I knew it. The former AAA, AEW, TNA, and Lucha Underground star made his way to the ring to a thunderous ovation and took to the squared circle to battle the former world champion. Wait. What? Wait. What? Former world champion? When has Gable been a former world champion? Doing. I didn't know. Off the top of my head, guys, they thought this guy was Kurt Angle. What ensued was a fantastic match between the two veteran competitors, which I'm gonna be honest, go watch it. It's fucking amazing. If you don't have Netflix and you're poor, I'm sorry about that. But if you're not, go check it out on YouTube. It's fucking great. His daughter, they cut to his daughters in the front row, all the fucking and you see his daughter crying, and the family's in the front row watching. I thought this was a great way. AEW really dropped the fucking ball on Penta. Like, I had a whole gimmick set for him if AEW were to keep him, and yeah, they dropped the fucking ball. Way to go, Tony! You fucking mark? No. Gable targeted his opponent's knee, looking to take his high-flying arsenal away from him by attacking his base. Penta absorbed everything Gable threw at him, including a few overhead suplexes, and fought back. He caught the heel with a backstabber, added his sacrificed arm breaker, and put him away with the Penta driver for the impressive victory. Of course, after the match, Penta did cut a promo thanking the fans, promised a new era for him, of course, that Netflix era. His words, not mine. And delivered his trademark catchphrase, Seattle! Miedo! To close things out. This was a great introduction to Penta, who looked like a huge acquisition for WWE and a legitimate main event star. It was yet another reminder of Gable's excellence, as his in-ring work is nearly second to none. A strong match and a successful debut is a easy thumbs up. So Penta defeating Gable, graded an A. And great selling by Penta on his heavily damaged leg, sure. A Mexican destroyer here in San Jose. Dude, one of the fucking moves he did is going to be a meme. Gable, like the perfect Mexican destroyer that he did, right? Even though it's a Canadian destroyer, he did a Canadian destroyer so well. Gable flopped perfectly, and it was so executed perfectly. Go fucking watch that shit. It's entertaining. And speaking of entertaining, Sheamus, the Celtic warrior fella, took on Ludwig Kaiser in a one-on-one match. Sheamus and Kaiser had developed one of the hardest-hitting, most intensely competitive rivalries in WWE since their first one-on-one meeting in June of last year. On this night, though, they introduced their feud to the Netflix audience with another punishing battle. Their bodies beaten and battered, reddened with welts and bruising already, they beat each other down with strike-heavy offense. Kaiser attempted to utilize a shillelagh in hopes of stealing a cheap victory, but the Celtic warrior caught him with the jumping knee. Later, Kaiser mocked his opponent only for Sheamus to rock him with a bro kick for the 1-2-3. So you obviously know Sheamus won. So there's a B-plus match right off the bat. But at ringside, as of course Sheamus was celebrating with Pat McAfee before coming face-to-face with his next opponent for Saturday Night Main Event, the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker. A pull-apart confrontation ensued, hinting at the next direction for Sheamus. Of course, as I've already stated. Another strong match between the two of the two workhorses on the red brand. And this was a great introduction to their rivalry and the second high-quality bout in a row, which seems like a statement to the fans who criticized the lack of in-ring action a week ago. I don't know who criticized, but hey, I'm here to do so. You're welcome. Graded a B+, and listen, this match, really great. Honestly, if anybody really, other than John Cena, if anybody deserves an Intercontinental title win, it's this motherfucker. It's Sheamus. The other person the other championship that's alluded, or is the other person who's been alluded by that championship is Sheamus, other than Cena. But again, like, I mean, Sheamus should have a good competitive match. He should have a great competitive match with Braun Breaker. It'd be heavily intriguing to say. And just to give you an FYI, a little, for your information, Saturday Night Main Event is not a PLE, so don't expect me to do a prediction video next week on that. It's just like tribute to the troops. It's one of those little like special NBC shows, you know what I mean? So honestly, I don't count as PLEs, and I'm not counting it. So don't even ask for a prediction. Yeah, just don't ask. It's pretty straightforward and simple. But I will be telling you who I think will win those matches. But don't ask for like a video or a live stream because again, like I said, it's not a PLE. It's a special. It's an NBC special. It's like a Discovery special. Backstage cracks showed in the relationship between Dominic and Liv Morgan after the latter lost her Women's World Championship to Rhea last week. During the Netflix commercial break, Kathy Kelly caught up with Pure Fusion Collective, Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler. Stark vowed to win the Women's Intercontinental Championship, to which Deville responded by saying one of them would win the title. Cool. Backstage too, Rollins encountered Sami Zayn and asked him if he is going to help Roman Reigns or help himself. That is another thing. I love how, Sami Zayn mentioned, hey, Rollins, if you need anybody to talk to, like, I got you. I'm here. And Rollins scoffed that off with saying, well, I don't know, Sami, you really gonna keep helping Roman Reigns? You had a great week last week. You helped him. But I gotta ask yourself, you gonna keep helping him? You gonna keep fucking sucking ass, or are you gonna help yourself? You know what I mean? So Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn are headed for a collision at some point. But then, of course, next up we had, of course, Gunther. Tonight, we're gonna steal the moon! Yes, Gunther, I call him. Because if you sing his theme songs, like, he's literally Gru. He looks like fucking Gru. He's a real-life Gru. If they ever did a real-life Despicable Me movie, he would be Gru. I'm telling you. Just take a fucking look at him. He has the face for it, and he has the height and size for it. So Gunther, no. Backstage, Karrion Kross confronted The Miz and informed him that the White Six have been moved to SmackDown. By golly, it's happened. From there, he told Sami Zayn that he foresaw the friendship falling apart, and Miz made fun of him for not winning a world championship. This led to Sami Zayn saying, you know what? I got some business that I want to handle. I want to talk to Adam Pearce about. You know what? That can wait. I'm going to get a match with you, Miz. Yeah. See who's laughing now, world champ. So, Sami Zayn, of course, got a match between The Miz later tonight. As we head back to the arena, though, Gunther, our World Heavyweight Champion, made his way to the ring for an in-ring promo. Before he could say much of the substance, talking about how he was impressed, but he wasn't impressed by the talent. Typical Gunther, Mr. Main Event, Jey Uso, yeet. Not yeeting on anybody, because that's disgusting. No, Jey Uso interrupted and issued a challenge to the ring general for a World Heavyweight Championship match at Saturday Night Main Event on January 25th in San after some typical condescending from Gunther, Uso delivered a response in which he said he bets on himself every day and he's taking the World Championship, and if you're with him, to say his word, eat. This was another strong effort on the mic from Uso, as he told the story of a single star second-guessed by the doubters, but always proved them wrong. On the 25th, he'll have the chance to silence the doubters by capturing the top prize on the red brand, by beating one of the best and most respected wrestlers of this generation, hands down. That he just interrupted Gunther and staked his claim to a world title match with no real build or explanation as to why. That is okay when 30 different superstars are preparing to compete in the Royal Rumble for the same opportunity. Did drop it from A grade. True. Graded a B. What was said was interesting. This is, I love this little promo. Where was it? Yeah, he said, Jay, I know what you're capable of. It's a whole lot less than what I'm capable of. But he also went further, and this is what really got me. I will expose you for what you really are, a really, really talented tag team wrestler. To you, main event is a nickname. To me, it is where I belong. And for those reasons, ladies and gentlemen, if you are going to predict, this special, you want to make a bet for this match, Gunther's your guy to go. I'm going to tell you why. Right here, there's no way. There's the doubt. You already have the doubt setting in. Jay's second-guessing himself. But I like how Jay came back. He did have a good response in the promo. He did. He had a good response. You're right. You may be right. But you know what? I'm going to shut them doubters down, and I'm going to take that World Championship from you. So if you're with me, San Jose, say ye. It was your babyface exchange. But Gunther made it very, very real. He made it feel real. I'm going to expose you for what you are. And when he said to you, main event's a nickname, and to me, it's where I belong, is a confirmation that just goes to show. Jey Uso his main event's a nickname. He's got the crowd behind him. Is where Gunther belongs at the top. And he's going to stay at the top. By any means necessary, really. So, what else can you expect? Of course, we got to our next match, which is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which brought back the white strap, and it looked so fucking good. Lyra Valkyria, Dakota Kai. I can't wait to talk about this because this was one of the interesting back and forths for me, and I'll explain by the end of it. Earlier this year, Lyra Valkyria bested Dakota Kai in the Queen of the Ring tournament, and Monday night in San Jose, she sought to make it 2-0 in a tournament action, this time with the Women's Intercontinental Championship and the right to etch one's name in the history books for grabs. A hard-hitting matchup between two of the greatest NXT exports of the last 5 years saw Kai overcome a focused attack by Valkyria and delivered her finisher. But the Irish woman rolled to the outside and not allowing Kai to capitalize. Moments later, a renewed Valkyria delivered a Nightwing and scored the pinfall and earned the victory. A sign of respect between the competitors and a grand celebration followed as the winner basked in the historic moment. This was another example of two competitors going to the ring and delivering between the ropes. It was more physical than anyone could have imagined and highlighted the skills of both women. Valkyria, after falling short of winning a aforementioned Queen of the Ring tournament earlier this year, makes the most of her second opportunity in that setting, capturing her first main roster gold and adding her name to the history books. Given her ring work to this point, it should be fun watching her defend it against the talented individuals on the red brand moving forward. As for Kai, she proved more than enough in this tournament that she should be featured between the ropes more frequently than she is. This feels like the beginning of a singles run more than anything. Graded a B with Valkyria winning now. When me and my cousin Lewis talked about this, one of the things that I mentioned was the decision of who wins it. Now, respectfully, I love Dakota Kai, and I think she should have won it. But at the same time, the question sat in the back of my head. If WWE puts the title on Dakota Kai, what are the chances of her getting injured and having to fucking vacate the title? Now, the other side of this, which I don't like, right? Like, there's one side of it to ask yourself, and then the other question to ask yourself is, when is Dakota Kai ever going to get another singles title opportunity again? Because I don't see one coming anywhere in the future, and I honestly don't see one happening sooner rather than later. I don't see it. I do not see it. So really, I kind of feel indifferent about this because, yeah, Dakota Kai should be the champion. She should have at least a chance. She should have something. She should have a singles title. She's never held one. Think about that. She's never fucking held one. She's only held tag teams. That's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad. Not only that, but she's been around longer than Valkyria. And it just feels like WWE just decided to jump past Dakota and look past Dakota. And a lot of people wanted Dakota. And I know the internet didn't really blow up as much about it, but again, I think WWE made the right decision to put Valkyria as the champion, just because of the question of asking, what's the chances of Kai getting injured? She's had so many. Dakota Kai is so injury prone. Like, she has so much. Like, Dakota Kai is like an NFL player, guys. She is literally an NFL player. She has had more leg injuries than a fucking NFL player. And I'm not saying that she's bad or anything. Like, she's a great talented wrestler. Don't get me wrong. I respect and support all these wrestlers who come forth in the WWE and who come forth in the indies and the fucking and everywhere else, because they do this for a living and they put their bodies through hell every day. I dare any of you to go up to a fucking wrestler and say what they do for a living is fake. You'll get smacked in the fucking face, or you get put in your place. You'll get your ass teared in half for that shit. But again, that sat with me, and I honestly gonna tell you, like, clear cut down the line, I think WWE made the best decision here with putting the title on Valkyria. They didn't want to risk putting Dakota Kai as champion and having her get injured again. So I thought this was good. But at the same time, why even do that to Kai? If you didn't want her to fuck, if you didn't want to put the title on her, right, because you were scared of it, why even have her in that spot? Why not just give it to somebody like Sonya Deville or fucking Shayna Baszler? Give it to somebody that's fucking, you know, if you didn't want Kai to get fucking injured, you might as well, like, I don't know. I guess they just wanted to, you know, have her prove enough in this. A new theme song entrance feels good feels like a good omen for Kai. I thought this was I'm not a fan of the new theme song, but again, we'll have to live with it. Moving on, Sami Zayn took on The Miz. Born to be wild. Oh, nobody likes my singing. It's okay. Born from a backstage confrontation. That's why I did the Born. I saw Born there. There's fucking. Anywho. Straight out of a backstage confrontation, we got Sami Zayn and The Miz, one-on-one. Fuck it. A brief back-and-forth match saw the Hollywood A-lister hang with the former Intercontinental champion for a brief time before Zayn rocked him with a haluva kick and delivered a blue thunderbomb for the win. It's been rare that Sami Zayn uses that move for a fucking victory. I'm speaking of the blue thunderbomb. This was what it was. An excuse to get both men on the show and in the ring, with Zayn earning what amounted to a nice enhancement victory. So Sami Zayn wins. It doesn't matter because it's The Miz. So yeah. See. This is my brutality! Oh, Rhea Ripley promo, ladies and gentlemen. The new Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Rhea Bloody Ripley. made her way to the ring and addressed the WWE Universe, reminding them that Mommy is back on top as one of the most dominant women in a company's history. Now again, getting cut off like Gunther did before she could say much. Kazam interrupted her. No, I'm just kidding with you. Cougar came out and wanted to punch her in the fucking nose. No, I'm kidding about that too. No, Nia Jax interrupted her, but the Kazam is the truth. Nia Jax interrupted and vowed to win the Women's Royal Rumble. She also repeatedly insulted Bayley, who is from San Jose, mind you. That's why she was there. Who went to the squared circle and insisted Jax say whatever she had to say to her face. Jax attacked her, then Rhea Ripley did a little Australian headbutt before countering, as Nia Jax usually does, headbutting Rhea Ripley, only to get hit from behind by Bayley with a knee, then kneed her in the face, only for Ripley to hit her with a big boot, and having the babyfaces stand tall to close out the segment. Now, my problem with this, and because you're going to probably read right here, the fact I understood why Rhea Ripley was there, I understood why Bayley was there. I had no clue why Jax was there, other than declaring herself for the Royal Rumble, because apparently that's what everybody else is fucking doing. This show. Welcome to the Declaring Yourself for the Royal Rumble show. I am your host. This is what the fuck it is, man. Like, at first she came out saying, well, I talked to Adam Pearce about, that little Raw SmackDown shakeup. Bitch, you just lost your fucking world championship to a fake-ass Sabrina Carpenter. Do you really want to switch brands right now when you just came out of a good story with her? Hell the fuck no, I don't. So I don't understand why Jax was there. Liv Morgan and Raquel should have came out and then said shit to Bayley and then had Bayley and, you know what I mean? Like, something. But again, we need some space with Liv Morgan and Raquel. We need to fucking move past that. We need something else. But whatever. This was fine. But nowhere near as effective as the night's opening promo segment. If anything, the biggest takeaway was not the tease Jackson moving to Raw, but instead Bayley subtly eyeing Rhea's title. I did see that. It felt rather unlikely that WWE would run with the role model versus Mommy at WrestleMania, but Bayley is one of the original 4 horsewomen of NXT that Rhea Ripley has not beaten at the showcase of the Immortals, so that story writes itself if the creative team opts to head in that direction. Oh well. We'll never know. As of right now, we won't know. Bayley called out Jax for reusing the BBL Bayley. I thought it was fucking hilarious, man. I thought it was hilarious. Damn, I thought that was good. But our main event: Damian Priest, Finn Balor in a street fight. Months of long battle for dominance between former Judgment Day teammates and tag team champions and best friends. Sort of. Damian Priest and Finn Balor wrote its latest chapter when they squared off in a street fight in the main event of Monday Night Raw show. A brawl around ringside accumulated with Priest delivering a devastating awe-inspiring broken arrow from the standings through 2 tables, which left the heel needing medical attention. Boo-hoo. So as medics ushered Balor out of the arena on a stretcher, Priest said, man, fuck you, I'm taking that motherfucker with me. So he attacked JD McDonough and myself, apparently, before turning his attention back to his former partner. He drove Balor back to the ring and downed him before he could put him away, though. Myself and JD McDonough came out to help Finn Balor, right? Yeah, I had to help Finn Balor do some punches, some kicks. I actually did a backstab, ladies and gentlemen. I am damn proud of that. Balor covered and delivered a coup de grace before Priest kicked out of 2. Now the War Raiders, because Raw is war, made the save, fighting off the heels ensuring the match would get back to being a one-on-one affair. Priest, with a chair around his head, delivered to the south of heavens for a 2 count. Typical. Outside, Balor drove Priest through a table with a coup de grace, only for the Archer of Infamy to respond by tackling the heel through the timekeeper's area. On Razor's Edge, threw a table on the floor and a south of heaven earned Damian Priest a hard-fought victory, with him saying, "I am not my brother's keeper." Especially that little build-up tease that they did before the match. This was by far the best of the Finn Balor and Priest series, and should conceivably end the long-running rivalry between the two. It should, because Balor completely lost and has done nothing to do anything to make himself, like, feel as if he's a threat. Which has been my main problem with this fucking feud. There were a handful of great spots here and there. While the stretcher spot felt drawn out, everything after was awesome. The crowd was hot, the athletes delivered on the gimmick, and Priest scored the victory to put that rivalry in the rearview mirror so we can smell the fucking flowers moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. Priest won, graded an A. And the overall grade. There's nothing much to Priest and Balor, honestly. Like, this was a great matchup. But what I'm feeling like now, if you haven't realized, we're not moving in a direction. For, like, we don't have a story. We don't got a Royal Rumble story. We didn't see Cena this week. So there's really nothing moving forward for Royal Rumble. There's nothing feel like SmackDown's where we're feeling the story pick up. But we're not feeling or hearing anything from Raw. It's more like Netflix. You know what I mean? So I just hope WWE goes and gets back in that direction. Be like, okay, we got some time. We got like 3 weeks. What? 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks until Royal Rumble, and we're using this. So where SmackDown technically has 3 weeks. This coming Friday, next Friday, and the 31st. And my predictions come out the 30th. I'll be here live streaming them for you guys, so you guys will get them head on. We'll have the Wikipedia up, so you guys will know, and I will also give you who I think will win, so look out for that. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, 4 excellent matches highlighted in an episode of Raw on Netflix. That will undoubtedly make the critics of last week's Wrestling Light broadcast happy. And I'm excited. Everything was actually pretty fucking good, honestly. I watched the show. I just finished watching the show before I hopped on here, because I usually like to watch a bit, maybe an hour or so, give or take, and then I go to bed, because I also have to work, you know? So I catch a bit of it in the morning, and then if I'm able to see it the next day, I'm able to see it, when I can, and finish it up. But I just finished watching it completely. And every match was great, honestly. Every match was great. So, got no critique here. You saved the critique, WWE. You saved me from going ballistic, because you'll see me go ballistic on the show. The first time champion was crowned, we had plenty of Royal Rumble hype. Well, not really. We had declarings, but not hype. Penta made an unforgettable debut, and the rivalry between Priest and the Judgment Day appeared to have finally reached its end. This was fantastic, man. Yeah, and one that proved the extent to which WWE can mix professional wrestling and storytelling to great results is an easy A+. And I gotta say, I'm gonna stick with the grade on this one, because it's A+ to me. If it's A+ to me, it should be A+ to you. I thought every match was great. Priest and Balor was probably the best of their fucking feud. Penta coming out and facing Gable, that was the worst kept secret, and everybody knew it, because we can't keep secrets anymore, especially when we have X and fucking PW Insider and Fightful to tell us what the fuck is going on. And everything else is pretty good. I mean, like, we're gonna get the New Day next week. We're gonna get JBL next week, ladies and gentlemen. Ding, 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 ding. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh my god, I cannot wait, dude. I can't wait until we see what JBL's got in store for us, dude. I can't wait for the New Day as well. New Day, new attitude. I cannot wait. But that about wraps it up. This was the Raw review from yours truly. I hope to have my cousin here on Saturday. You'll find out on Saturday. Around noon, 1 o'clock this time, of course. On Saturday, so look out. We're gonna be talking about SmackDown on Saturday. Predictions for the Royal Rumble will be coming out January 30th. Look out for that. And also, like I said earlier in the broadcast, just remember, Saturday main events are just NBC specials. They're not PLEs, so I will not be predicting. But if you're making bets and you want somebody to tell you who they think they're gonna win, I can tell you right now, like for Jey Uso and Gunther, fucking go with Gunther. I mean, I want him to hold the championship for a year, so he's got to make it to what, SummerSlam? Yeah, he's got to make it to next. He's got to make it to this year's SummerSlam. But yeah. So that's it for today, and we'll see you guys Saturday for SmackDown. So like always, stay safe. Again, shout outs to Canada and Mexico firefighters for the fires that are going on in California. I feel pretty bad for everybody in California. I know people are losing their houses and shit, but hey, hang in there, getting through it. We're coming to save you. Like, there's help on the way. So, shout out to them. I know Punk did the same shit in the beginning. I didn't mention it, though, but I figured I'd mention it again. But yeah. Okay, guys. Saturday, the 18th, 1 o'clock. You'll see when it gets posted up. I'll be setting up the broadcast around Thursday, so look out for that. But until then, and next week, look out for next week, of course, the 21st. I know that Monday, that will be Inauguration Day, if anybody cares about that. But it'll also be Dr. Martin Luther King Day, so for any kiddos who have school, no school, good. Enjoy that day. Otherwise, keep it safe.